My name is Aisha Ibrahim. We're also live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and X Spaces on JoyNews on TV. My personal handle is @Denana Aisha. Let's stay for the details. This afternoon, the Office of the Special Prosecutor has discontinued all cases involving the former Water and Sanitation Minister Cecilia Dapaah in the latest twist to the case. That's not all. He has further referred the case to the Economic and Organized Crime Office on suspicion of money laundering after an extensive trans-border investigation. Special Prosecutor Kise Jabin has written to the court to stop the confirmation of seizure of money taken from the former minister. The office has also stopped the prosecution of Madam Dapaah on charges of failing to declare her assets and property. Addressing the media, Kise Jabin said his office has referred the suspicion of money laundering to IOCO for further action.
Aimed at determining the sources of the large cash sums associated with Ms. Dapaah and Mr. Osei Kufuor. The office has had the benefit of 7 months of in-country and 4 months of collaborative transboundary investigation. Members of the press, on the totality of the gathered evidence and intelligence, it seems to us that the case is largely in the province of suspected money laundering and structuring. By operation of law, Economic and Organized Crime Office, IOCO, has a specific and direct mandate in respect of suspected cases of money laundering and its attendant activity of structuring. Of the Special Prosecutor is referring the case to IOCO for continued investigation and further action. The office will be in close collaboration with IOCO and continued collaboration with the FBI.
He also announced the discontinuation of the case and the High Court order for the return of all seized cash to the former minister.
A little over an hour ago, the office discontinued its application that was pending before the High Court for a confirmation of the seizure and freezing orders in pursuance of the referral of the case to IOCO. The court ordered that the office should return the cash sums and defreeze the accounts of an investment of Ms. Dapaah within 72 hours. The office also discontinued the procedural criminal charge against Ms. Dapaah for failure to return forms on declaration of property and income, since that was mounted on the original application for confirmation of the seizure and freezing orders, which was discontinued earlier in time.
Let's get the mood of an anti-corruption campaigner on this latest development. Vitus Azim has joined me for more. Grateful for your time, sir. The OSP has discontinued the case of the former sanitation minister and has written to the court to stop the confirmation of the seizure of money taken from the former minister. Your thoughts on this?
Well, 6 full months or half a year of wasted time, during which a lot of things could have changed or might have changed to influence the direction of the investigations. We expect our state institutions to know their mandates properly, adequately, so as to decide whether to handle a case or not. So it is disappointing that at this stage, the special prosecutor has realized that what he was doing was not within his mandate.
Well, more interesting is the office stopping the prosecution of Madam Dapaah's case on the charges of failing to declare her assets and property. And the SP is telling us this afternoon that it has referred the issue involving suspicion of money laundering to IOCO for further action. Question on the list of many: what is hunting the OSP to wash its fingers completely off this case? Do you know?
Well, I think that the Commission on Human Rights and Restorative Justice would have been the right institution to actually investigate this matter. Just to call for her asset declaration at the time she became a minister and at the time that the suspicions were made. Because the asset declaration law makes it clear that when you declare your assets on assuming office and then on leaving office, you declare again, and the Shrike will look at it and see if you are able to account for all the assets that you have acquired. Otherwise, any money that you cannot account for would have been assumed to have been acquired illegally. So it would have been a straightforward matter for Commission on Human Rights and State Justice. And so that's what I said, that I think the Office of Special Prosecutor did not look at the case properly before taking it on.
Do you agree with those who feel that there's some sort of witch hunting that is pushing the OSP to stay away from this case?
Well, this is a politically sensitive case, especially when the president said that he was sure that he was going to be exonerated from the allegations. So even from the very beginning, there were suspicions about how the case would go. And the Office of Special Prosecutor is supposed to be somehow more independent than the Office of Economic, who is EOCO. So the direction that this case is going to yield is not likely to yield any results that will be in the interest of the nation.
What then do you expect from EOCO now that the case is now being, is in their, now that the case has been pushed to them?
I think that EOCO should take off his hands and just allow to refer the matter to the Commission on Human Rights and Military Justice to look at it, to apply the asset declaration law. That would be the best approach, because otherwise EOCO too is going to hit a snack of mandate issues.
I'm grateful.
If it's money laundering, maybe it's the Financial Intelligence Center that may also need to conduct these investigations.
Well, we live to see how this case unfolds, especially as we are in an election year. I'm grateful for your time. Vitus Azim is an anti-corruption campaigner. He's former director of the GII. Now let's get on to other stories. Embattled Assistant Commissioner of Police Benjamin Agordzo, retired, has described as ignorant the Attorney General's reaction to his acquittal. 6 individuals implicated in the alleged coup plot were convicted for conspiracy to commit high treason and committing high treason. However, ASP Benjamin Agordzo and 2 others were acquitted. Reacting to the judgment, the Attorney General decried the senior police officer's comment, which suggested the nation was at risk of Arab Spring. But speaking to Raymond Akwa in an exclusive interview yet to be aired on Upfront later tonight, the retired ASP faulted the AG's understanding of the expression he used.
The only thing that sends some jitters in their spine and whatever is the fact that I mentioned Arab Spring. And yesterday, one minister was still talking about that, despite my acquittal and discharge. He thought that I shouldn't. Do they? And I think that they are.
The Attorney General himself, and I heard him speak. He says, "What business has a senior police officer, a serving officer, staying on a platform and talking about Arab Spring?"
Does he understand Arab Spring? If he doesn't, he should keep quiet. If he doesn't understand Arab Spring, he should keep quiet.
But he's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer, but being a lawyer doesn't mean that you know everything. You can be a lawyer and be an ignoramus in an area. I teach conflict. Do you understand me? I told you I teach conflict at even MPhil level. I teach it at Kofi Annan. I teach it at all levels. Arab Spring or civil uprising and other things are democratic means of expressing dissent in every society. Today we espouse people like Martin Luther King and other things. Why are we espousing them?
But we knew in 2011
that
this is led to the removal of governments. Tunisian example is clear. The other countries within the Arab regions, that the explicit definition and appreciation.
You are talking about explicit definition. That is common knowledge.
Yes.
But when you look at Arab Spring, it is like any other spontaneous demonstration by citizens to express their dissatisfaction.
Which in the reality and the examples,
if it leads to the fact that a government decides that, do you know that we can, the Kumi Preku could have led to Rawlings saying that, okay, I've resigned. Could it have been called Arab Spring? The Kumi Preku in Ghana,
I'm not sure,
could have led to Rawlings saying, okay, I've resigned. Once the VAT has been defeated and other things have resigned. When you go to the literature, go and Google it anywhere. be careful you don't go to Wikipedia.
I get that.
Because when you go to Wikipedia, Wikipedia will give you some definition of a rebellion, a mutiny, and other things. And I proved to the prosecution in court that when they need a definition to issues, they should not go to Wikipedia, because they came out with a Wikipedia definition which I drew the attention to. And they could not talk about it again. So go to
the Attorney General of the Republic.
I'm saying the prosecution team.
Okay, all right.
Whoever was representing them, and it's on record. I can produce. It's a court record, and I can give you.
But that should be very strange. I mean.
Yes. So at the end of the day, you come to appreciate the fact that when you go to Wikipedia definition, it will tell you it's a mutiny. It is so and so. But go to other definitions which are acceptable in academia, because when you quote today, you quote Wikipedia definitions. In academia, in the universities, they will not take you serious.
I get it. I know that.
So
every first-year student of a university would know that. That's basically.
So I'm saying that when you want to know the real definition of Arab Spring, don't go to Wikipedia. Go to other sources, and it will tell you the real meaning of it.
And you say that's what they confronted you with, a Wikipedia definition of it.
A Wikipedia definition, their myopic understanding of that term. And that is what they confront. And that's what they have held on to till today. And that's what Attorney General is still holding on to. He should go and learn. He should go and learn. Because he's not dealing with just people. He's dealing with people who have also climbed the ladder somewhere.
Meanwhile, lawyer for the acquitted police officer Martin Kpebu says the president has opportunity to give his client a 2-year contract as part of his retirement package to be extended by the next government. That's the only way his team will be convinced not to take an action of malicious prosecution against the Attorney General.
People like Agordzo, if they hadn't spoken, our governance would have been worse. So Aisha, this case against Agordzo, it's a seminal constitutional law case, Article 21, freedom of speech of public officers. That is what this case represents. Yeah, so Agordzo is paid a dear price. He's paid very costly price because his career was destroyed. But well, in the democracy, that's what happens. From time to time, the tree of democracy is watered with the blood of patriots and villains alike. That's what Akufo-Addo and Godfrey Dame have done to Agordzo and his family. Maybe in the interim, what Akufo-Addo can do is that because Agordzo is retired, but the Constitution also in Article 199 Clause 4 makes provision for a public officer to be given more a contract. Yes, a contract even after retirement. Maybe you should look at offering Agordzo a 2-year contract, and then hopefully when the new government comes, they can also look at extending it.
Then you can rest your case.
Get 5 years.
If that is done, you will rest your case.
Hopefully, yes. Then that one we can look at maybe holding on with the malicious prosecution.
We're going to now speak with Genevieve Patterson. She's country representative of Amnesty International. Grateful for your time, madam. First, let me pick your thoughts on what happened yesterday in court.
It is wrong.
Hello, Genevieve? Do we have Genevieve Patterson on the line? Hello, Genevieve Patterson. If you can hear me, I'm picking your thoughts on what transpired in court yesterday. All right, so there seemed to be a problem with Genevieve Patterson's line. Hello, Genevieve. If you can hear me, what do you make of what transpired in court yesterday? Hello, Genevieve.
Can you hear me?
All right, there seems to be a connection problem with Genevieve Patterson's line. She's a country director of Amnesty International. We'll try and get her back on the line to tell us more. Okay, are we ready? Genevieve, please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can't switch on my video because of the internet. So
okay, kindly speak up for me so we can hear what you're saying. First, what's your position on what happened in court yesterday?
Yeah, so it's a sad moment for us. However, it is within our constitution that perpetrators of high treason will be sentenced to death. Death sentence already by hanging or by any other means in Ghana, it is an archaic law within our statute books, and it's something that we need to review urgently. Amnesty International has been working to review the laws of Ghana, specifically regarding any law that abuses the rights of all, especially laws around death penalty. Now, already in July, Parliament of Ghana voted for amendments in the Criminal Offences Act and also the Armed Forces Act, which the president assented to only for the Criminal Offences Act. And the Criminal Offences Act, at the moment as it stands, is only for ordinary crimes. So it only covers murder and attempted murder and the likes. However, for crimes such as high treason, they remain in the Constitution. And the only way to get it out of the Constitution is to review the Constitution. That's one. Two, we need to sign the second optional protocol. That is the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, which aims to abolish death penalty everywhere. So once we sign this protocol, and once Ghana signs onto this, what happens is that even if we have the death penalty within the Constitution, the state will not be allowed to sentence or execute anyone, to death. So these are two main things Ghana can look at and do as soon as possible. In terms of the ruling, there's not much I can say about that. I prefer to remain on, statistics and things like that. The last thing I would want to say is that most of the time, sometimes people are wrongfully convicted. This is something that happens in general, not just pertaining to the case yesterday. So these are some of the issues we need to address and understand. And then we'll realize that death penalty is absolutely not the way for us to go. Thank you.
Genevieve, what's the role of Amnesty International in actually getting this? I mean, the first part that the president signed was a private member's bill. Is there anything, what's the plan to push for this?
So the plan here is to definitely appeal to the president to sign the second optional protocol, because honestly, that is the only way currently and the most cost-effective way, I must say, to make sure nobody is sentenced to death in Ghana, regardless of the crime committed. So that is what our next steps are. Of course, we will continue our advocacy, because we all know that not everyone believes that the death penalty should be abolished. And there are statistics out there, there's papers out there which justify why death penalty needs to be abolished everywhere, not just in Ghana. There are even countries who are under serious conflict that have abolished the death penalty. So it should tell you something, that it never serves as a deterrent. There will always be coup plotters. As for that one, you need to understand. And there will always be people who will commit murder. However, the state has no right to decide who dies and who doesn't. I personally don't think it's right. And Amnesty International, we also do not think it is right. Thank you.
I'm grateful for your time. Genevieve Patterson is Country Director of Amnesty International Ghana. Now let's get on to other stories. As a new patriotic party gears up for the primaries this weekend, all eyes are focused on Dom Kwabenya, Ghana's constituency with the highest voter population, with over 1,070 delegates set to decide the fate of 3 aspirants. The race is anticipated to be keenly contested. Samuel Mbura from our political desk has been on the ground and has filed this report.
It is the populous constituency in Ghana, with a voter population of not less than 170,000, putting it on the spotlight in the upcoming parliamentary primaries of the governing New Patriotic Party.
The Dom Kobia seat is currently held by Sarah Agordzo, who has served as an MP and is seeking re-election as a parliamentary candidate for the MPP in the upcoming 2024 general election. Residents in the constituency have been expressing their opinions about her candidacy.
She's not doing anything for us. So I don't think we need her.
There should be a change of an MP. So for us to give another chance to her, I don't think it's possible.
No, I just avoid her. We didn't like her again because I just avoid causes trouble for here.
Oh, I like Agordzo because the way you are looking at our area, I like it.
It will be recalled that Sarah Agordzo previously absented herself from parliamentary duties, causing an uproar within the government, her party, and among her constituents. Consequently, rumors have circulated suggesting attempts by some party executives to oust her as payback for her actions, a claim denied by Theophilus Ansalabi, the constituency secretary.
There hasn't been any machination against her. She went to the market, and even market women were telling her their peace of mind that it's enough, and they were hooting at her. So when she went, there wasn't the constituency executive who asked the market women to do that. Basically, it looks like the constituents have had enough of her. That's what it looks like. Everywhere she goes, the response is not as she expects. So she can't blame that on the constituency executive committee. So that is simply that. There's no machination.
The news by Flag bearer of the NDC, John Dramani Mahama, is committing to ensuring proceeds from gold mining in the Adanse area are used in the development of the area. Speaking at the courtesy call on the Adanse Traditional Council, the former president bemoaned the slow pace of development in that area, drawing comparison with areas like Johannesburg in South Africa, which have similar gold deposits.
Baby yetu sika koko ana se frango ana bibia oko sa krona yetu sa agode na utimi use e krono etumpon na oko South Africa ye wo bibia e friend Johannesburg sika koko a omutu wo South Africa en na ma Johannesburg ayefefefe sa ene na ko a se Johannesburg yefe eye emfaso a omunye efri sika koko num na se oba obuase na odi toto Johannesburg a ya reko kakra enti nana ye ne mo be ya adwen ni ahwe se nia profit ni bia efri sika koko num ye de be ye obuase na abeye krabehwe se na be ya ochine bi obi ba samre no ni etu sika koko na wie no otimi abeka se ye tu sika koko no obuase ni adanseman so enya ho mfaso.
Finding a working defibrillator, a tool that is used to shock patients back to life, is in Ifia Kwanta Regional Hospital in the Western region, is akin to the ninth wonder of the world. The sole defibrillator in the hospital is currently faulty and was donated by foreign students. Health workers are distressed and are crying for a working tool, insisting it is becoming difficult to save patients who are in cardiac arrest. Jojo Kobna has more in today's episode of Sick Hospitals.
A defibrillator is a life-saving equipment. When the heart is not beating normally, the defibrillator is used to deliver controlled electric shock to the heart. This shock can help restore the heart's normal rhythm in cases of sudden cardiac arrest. In countries like South Korea and the UK, defibrillators can be found in public places like pubs, markets, and crowded places. What about Ghana? The Ghana Harmonized Health Facility Assessment Report 2023 says only 5% of hospitals in Ghana have the required basic equipment in consulting rooms. We make our way to Ghana's oil city. Kwanta Regional Hospital receives referrals from across the region. It is fair to say that it serves over 3 million population. Apart from cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, which involves chest compressions and rescue breaths, can the hospital save your life if you go into cardiac arrest?
I would say that we're doing the best that we can under the circumstances. At the A&E, where you are most likely to be taken to, we have just one defibrillator. But for a unit of that size, we should have more. So in your case, if you are the only one who needs the machine at that point in time, yes, we will be able to do it for you. But if there are many patients who need the same service, then it becomes a challenge.
Dr. Joseph Kojo-Tambil, the medical superintendent of the hospital, is passionate. He wants his medical staff to get the best equipment to serve patients. But he also wears another hat to manage the information he gives the media and also assure residents of the Western region and beyond that they can rely on his facility. With some hesitation, he admits that even the only available defibrillator has challenges and calls for resourcing of the hospital.
And the defibrillator doesn't work properly, like it function
with a few challenges, but with batteries and all that. But when called upon, it would function. But like I said, we need more of those machines rather than just one.
Let's take a break on JoyNews Desk. When we return, there is more. Indeed, Accra Metropolitan Assembly, through the EU-funded Twin Cities in Sustainable Partnership Project, in collaboration with JoyNews, Operation Clean Your Surroundings campaign, this morning has made a stop at the 2nd sub-metro to inspect some households and commercial facilities. The unannounced visits to inspect the sanitary condition of households and commercial facilities. Correspondent Inathalia Kwanzaa joins us with more on that visit. Inathalia, where have you visited and what is the sanitary condition there?
Morning, the STMA made a stop at 2nd. At the moment, we are at the 2nd bus terminal, and then we've been visiting some condo shops, some eateries, some place of convenience, among others. I'm here with the Metro Environmental Health Officer, Mr. Hudu. And Mr. Hudu, how have you seen the whole exercise this morning?
This morning, yes, it's very. We have gone to many places, many premises. We have visited eight premises that we have visited. The corn mill 1, household toilets, premises, that is houses, that's residential. Then we went to 2 public toilets. As we are talking now, we are behind us is a public toilet at Onkwasi Seke that we have visited. Yes, we can talk a little about what we saw. When we go to the eatery, we have inspected one restaurant or eating bar. Yes, we saw that she was cooking open. We have given her advice to put a shed and then cook under the shed so that it will be open to nuisances from the air. Yes, we come to 2 residential areas. We see that they don't have household standard graphics in it. They are not joined to the door-to-door services. They don't have kitchen. Some of them don't have kitchen in their houses. Yes, we have given them portion. Next time when we come, we will distribute them. We visited a corn mill. A corn mill too. Yes, that place was very broken. Yes, medical screening card too. We have went. They don't have. Some of them have expired. Some are okay. So I have given them advice to also come and renew them. Yes, in a nutshell, this is what we have done this morning.
All right, Aisha, so you had Mr. Udu there talking about the exercise earlier today. And so this is our last spot, which is a place of convenience. Aisha, this place really stinks badly. You can see excreta all over their toilet. Where you go inside the place of convenience, there are things, everything is destroyed. And so for today, according to the STMA, they are not making any arrests, but in subsequent visits, they are going to arrest all these people who have been cautioned by the assembly.
And Natalia Kwanzaa there telling us more on what has happened with food vendors who tested for typhoid and what the Metropolitan Assembly is doing to deal with this. Let's take a break on Joy News Desk. When we return, we'll bring you the very latest coming from the world of business.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the business segment on Joy News Today with me, Pius Kojo Baka. Some foreign investors within the automobile industry are calling on government to expedite action on Ghana's automotive policy to attract more foreign investors within the sector. According to head of International the Society of Motor Manufacturers Traders Limited in the UK, Matthew Smith, Ghana is on the right path for a sustainable automotive industry, hence the need for proper policies. He spoke to Joy Business at an automotive investors engagement.
Well, we've got a very old industry in the UK, so our industry is more than 100 years old. I think what we see at the moment that is quite important for us in the development of the sector in the UK is our relationship with government. So this week we've been hearing a lot about the policy developments in the automotive policy, in other areas, the way that the government is looking to grow the sector here. Certainly in the UK, our experience is that by us working closely with the government, we can make sure that the policies that the government brings in are the right ones for the industry and for the growth of the sector at the right time. When companies look to invest, they look for somewhere to come and do business. They want to know the size of the market opportunity. So I think that if you have access to the Ghana market, which is a significant and growing market, but if there's a much bigger story to tell, a much wider market opportunity, and I think that can make a big difference to companies. I think the UK companies coming here, there are different companies looking for different opportunities. Again, we've been hearing a lot this week about the plan to grow the EV industry in Ghana. our experience in the UK is our market has grown a lot. So last year, the BEV sales, the pure battery electric vehicles, were 16%. So we've seen some very strong early growth in the UK, but we're now finding some challenges. Electric vehicles are very exciting, they're great technologies, and the climate is changing, we need to reduce our carbon emissions.
As part of efforts to expand insurance coverage, prominent health insurance company Glyco Healthcare has launched the Glyco Sunkwa Health Plan and the Glyco e-Health app. Now, according to the chief executive of Glyco Healthcare, Mami Ifi-Yebwache, the two products will leverage technology to offer patrons a convenient healthcare delivery system.
InsurTech has been identified as an important channel to expand insurance coverage, especially in Africa. In Ghana, Glyco Healthcare, one of the leading insurance firms, has launched the Glyco Sunkwa Health Plan and the Glyco e-Health app. The two products leverage technology and innovations in delivering health insurance services to patrons. Mami Ifi-Yebwache, Chief Executive of Glyco Healthcare, shares some details.
The Sunkwa is designed, like we said, for people in the diaspora to purchase or buy for their families here. You realize that there are instances where people get sick or fall ill and their relatives abroad have to run helter-skelter to sort of find money to, bring it home to take care of them. But this gives the convenience, so to speak. So if someone purchases for their family back home, you have the peace of mind and the convenience the whole year. So if your mom falls ill, your dad falls ill, your child over here, your niece or nephew, rest assured, you'll be taken care of with a Glyco Health Sunkwa card.
She explains the Glyco e-Health app and other benefits of the Glyco Sunkwa Health Plan.
The introduction of the e-Health, which is a complementary or added value service that is given to our clients on the Sunkwa or who would sign on the Sunkwa. And this service is really about having access to doctors in the comfort of your home. So you can make a call to the doctor, you are consulted, and after consultation, if you need medication or lab test, the lab company comes to your home, and if medication is needed, it's also supplied at the comfort of your home or office, wherever is convenient for you. In addition, there is a death benefit. So for example, whoever is on, if I am abroad and I'm paying for example, my mom, and my mom dies, there is a lump sum that is paid out, and this is in collaboration with Glyco Life.
Nathaniel Kofi, head of sales at Glyco Healthcare, emphasizes the company's outstanding service delivery.
As Glyco, we have been in existence for close to 40 years. And if we are not doing the right things, I'm not sure we would have been here till now. And so when it comes to claim payment, we are very prompt. When it comes to customer service, we are very prompt. In line with that, what we have done is that we have tried to dilute the language barriers with our experience center or our call center, so that regardless of the language you speak, when you call, you can get somebody to talk to you and make sure that those barriers do not affect your processing.
And that's it for Business. Sports is next.
Time for sports on JN Today with me, Haruna Mubarak. Now, ranking member on the Youth and Sports Committee of Parliament, Kobina Woyomi, has justified the decision of the FA to sack Chris Hughton as Black Stars coach. The team exited from the ongoing AFCON after picking up just 2 points from a possible 9. Now, according to Woyomi, the performance of the 65-year-old was not up to the mark.
You have hired the success of somebody because of what you think the person is made of. What is the interest in hiring that service? Because you think you will want to also succeed, because the common target is to win at the tournament and get the laurels, or probably get a cup. That is the target. That is the aim. Anything short of that is underperformance. And so you have scout round and you think who is to lead us to that place. Everybody is looking up to you. Now, when this happened, unfortunately happened, it is over 24 or 48 hours now. Prior to even the sacking of the coach, you realize that there were a lot of media houses that were approaching me for some interview, but I thought it would be good to give the coach some opportunity to reflect and come with some reasonable whatever that people can understand went wrong in the course of his work. That probably has culminated in the show we are seeing. So, at least you have been the leader of a team. Okay, so when you go and there's a challenge, you should be quick in holding a press conference, and to explain a few things to us, to tell us that yes, these are the unfortunate challenges, and these are the reasons, so that we who have hired you, Ghanaians, because it's our money that is being used to pay you, will now begin to see through. But in the absence of any explanation from you, and the only word I think I heard from somebody was that you say you are taking the responsibility of it. Obviously, it means you have not performed. So then if you have been sacked, then means that is it, so be it. I don't see any because before the tournament, sampling the views of Ghanaians, people who called, people who had issues with some of the calls or invitations to camp and all that, and the explanations and reasons behind them, those people, I'm sure when I go back to office, will come to me and say, I told you so.
And it's time now for Showbiz. The other Ibrahim is unavailable. I'm standing in for him. So that makes me Ibrahim Square, right? 15 days of cooking and counting. That is the story and the resilience of Chef Beauty Obasui in Canada, who is determined to take the Guinness World Record title for the longest cooking marathon. The Nigerian chef based in Canada has been cooking for almost 360 hours. She's, however, aiming at 432 hours.
based in Canada, is on the verge of setting a new Guinness World Record for the longest cooking marathon, which is 18 days. Chef Beauty started cooking on 10 January 2024 at Niger Jollof Kitchen in Brampton with a plan to cook for 8 straight days and take the title from Irish chef Alan Fisher, who holds a 119 hours record. But news that Chef Filer from Ghana completed a 227-hour cooking marathon under review by Guinness World Record led Chef Beauty to extend her cookathon to a staggering 18 days to try and secure the title. Chef Beauty has been live streaming the world record attempt on her YouTube channel for 15 days now, which amounts to 360 hours as at 7 p.m. on Wednesday.
This is becoming difficult, really. Human achievements come in various forms, and Guinness World Records serve as a testament to the extraordinary talents and capabilities found within diverse communities worldwide. Here are highlights of some remarkable achievements by Ghanaians, showcasing their dedication, skill, and uniqueness.
The Guinness World Record was first published on 27th August 1955, initially called Guinness Book of Records. It has sold more than 100 million copies. It is written in 23 languages. While familiarity with the records has been long in Ghana, recent endeavors such as Hilda Bassey's Cookathon and a Fuasan Tour at JoyNews Singathon have amplified the interest of people.
Ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't know, the incoming president of Mother Ghana.
Ghana's history with the Guinness World Records extends beyond recent endeavors. Notably, on July 23, 1991, Ghanaian athlete Ferdy Atto Adoboy sprinted backwards, clocking an impressive 13.6 seconds in the 100-meter race at Smith College in Northampton, showcasing Ghana's sprint hours on the global stage.
See, just like when you sprint forward, you can look. No, actually, how do I say it? When you sprint forward, you can look back. And so when you sprint backwards, you can look forward.
Similarly, in Milan, Italy, on April 27, 2011, the duo Daniel Ashite Alma and Richard Mensah Ofori set a record for walking over 10 obstacles while carrying a person on their heads, all on one foot, accomplishing it in a remarkable 21.83 seconds. Adding to Ghana's achievements, Kevin Prince Boateng and Jerome Boateng made history by becoming the first brothers to face each other in a FIFA World Cup match on June 23, 2010, during the Ghana versus Germany match in Johannesburg, South Africa. Dixon Upon showcased remarkable talent in 2012, achieving the longest continuous water spray from his mouth, maintaining an uninterrupted stream for an impressive 32.65 seconds. Every record holder has contributed a distinctive element to the array of extraordinary accomplishment, creating a lasting legacy for Ghana in the Guinness World Record archives. For Joy News, I am Jacqueline Ansma Yeboah.
Well, get ready for my broadcast-thon coming up soon. That's how we wrap up showbiz this afternoon. That's how we wrap up the bulletin this afternoon. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Log on to myjoyonline.com. There's more of the news and updates of all the developing stories. Some of the stories you will see: return Cecilia Dapa's assets in 72 hours, court tells special prosecutor, and more on myjoyonline.com. Do enjoy the rest of our programs.